making breakfast, and what I usually like to do is I make my oats here. We have about 30 grams, and I went ahead and just baked it, or microwaved it, I should say. And so this is kind of the consistency that I usually like. So sometimes I will have egg whites in the morning, but today I kind of want it simple. So I'm going to be doing the rest of my Core Nutritionals blueberry muffin protein. So this is usually one of the flavors that I usually like. So I'm gonna finish it off because there's not much left. So it's just right around a scoop pretty much. So we're gonna add that. And that way it'll give us some like protein yummy oats. I love these oats. And so I'll usually just stir it. And it kind of, I will say, the Core Nutritionals protein, this actually mixes really well with like oats and cream of rice. So it's like one of the really good safe options as far as like consistency and not making it too runny. Because there's some that like will always just make it runny regardless. To me, this is like the perfect consistency. I don't know if anybody else will agree, but that's me. So I love it like that. Now, because I'm not having my egg this morning, I am gonna have some almond butter with it instead. So I usually will do the Barney's. I love crunchy. I don't know if anybody else loves crunchy as much as I do, but definitely am a crunchy girl for almond butter. It just gives it some texture, especially when you're like lacking some in prep. So we're gonna do right about 10 grams. That's like 9.5. Okay, so just about 10 grams. So this is kind of what it would look like. And I usually will just add kind of like some cinnamon. You can't go wrong with cinnamon. I like literally will put it on everything. So yeah, so that is my meal one, my breakfast. I think it's one of the best like meals that you could have for like prep. So yeah, this is like my favorite thing. I look forward to it all the time. So yes, I'm gonna eat this before we head to the gym and before we work out. So now I am doing a little bit of work before I finish getting ready and heading out to the gym. So usually I kind of like to at least put up some sort of content, usually in the morning. So I'm gonna do some for a rise posing. So the topic that I have today is about kind of like stiff arms or flowing your arm movements in your routine. So I usually will kind of like write up some ideas of how like either my voiceover or my caption's gonna go. And then I'll usually do a voiceover. So I'll kind of create my video first and then do a voiceover for it. So now I kind of just have my video set up now, and I just wrote out some notes of what I'm gonna say. And yeah, so I'm gonna kind of put this together. And usually it kind of takes me a couple of tries before finally getting it, or I'll have to like edit the video a little bit just to match up with the amount of time that I have for my voiceover. So yeah. If your body is flowing but your arms are stiff, it shows. Your arms should move with your body, not against it. Gliding, flowing, and complementing every transition. Graceful posing doesn't mean overdoing it. It means letting your arms support your physique and not distract from it. Move through your poses like you're dancing underwater, soft, slow, and connected. Practice shaking out your arms. So this one was actually a little bit too quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo it, and then I'm going to talk a little bit faster. So usually I'll do this a couple of times if it's not exactly perfect the first time. So I'm gonna pick up the pace this time. If your body is flowing but your arms are stiff, it shows. Your arms should move with your body, not against it. Gliding, flowing, and complementing every transition. Graceful posing doesn't mean overdoing it. It means letting your arms support your physique and not distract from it. Move through your poses like you're dancing underwater, soft, slow, and connected. Practice shaking out your arms and wrists before posing, which help break tension. So that one might have been good. So I ended exactly at kind of like the 20-second mark. So now I kind of have to see where I'm at with it, and then I'll do some light editing and then finish getting ready, post this, then I'm going to be heading to the gym. All right, so we just pulled up to the gym. We're here to do quads today, so I am going to bring you with me, and I'm gonna have Roger film the rest of it. So I will see you guys in there. So I like to start off here with a little bit of a warm-up set, some single leg extensions. I usually like doing single leg extensions now because I'm trying to focus on a little bit more quad development. So it allows me to really focus on one side that I need to focus on when I am working out now in order to fully engage both. Sometimes when I do like both at the same time, I tend to engage one side more than the other. So I'm trying to get everything kind of like in tune with both sides now. So now we're gonna do some horizontal leg press. We're also gonna do those single leg as well, just so I can get a little bit of activation on each side that is gonna be symmetrical. So. Usually, it's been a while since I've done this one, but I think we're gonna start off pretty strong, and we're gonna do 245s to start off with for this one. So that one will really push you if you're really looking to kind of like build up your legs a little bit more. This one really does it for you. So do them single leg too. Yeah, I think we might go up a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but let's do a little bit. So we're gonna do 10 pounds. We're gonna add that on. So 245s and a 10. Not really good with the math, but yeah, that's where we're at right now, so. So the more narrow that I go on the platform, the more it's gonna activate my quads. If I were to go a little bit higher and wider, it'll activate more of kind of like my hamstrings and my glutes. So we want quads, we're gonna go a little bit more narrow and lower on the platform. This one will really make your quads burn. So I'm really trying to focus on like a lot of single leg stuff. Just like I said, to make sure everything is like pretty symmetrical. And usually we'll always have one side that will push more than the other, especially in like leg exercises. So it's important to make sure that you start on like a less dominant side sometimes, just to strengthen that side. You usually won't notice it until you start working out and you're like, hey, this side is definitely a lot weaker than the other. So we're gonna figure this out together. Okay, so before we start the next exercise, we're definitely gonna need some hydration. So I brought this with me. This is the All Spark Hydration in EAAs. This one is the Blood Orange Passion Fruit flavor. So this one's actually really good. And honestly, it's really good for if I'm, after that exercise and set that I did, I do feel pretty depleted. And usually a lot of times if we are pretty depleted during our workouts, then we can't contract as well. Or sometimes you feel a little bit dizzy or nauseous or whatever the case is. Everybody has different symptoms for it. So for me, I personally will feel very weak. And sometimes I do get a little bit nauseous. So we're gonna add a little bit of this, and this is gonna carry us through the rest of the workout. You can shake it up in a shaker bottle too, but I'm just kind of using this straw and it'll mix just fine too in here. Yeah, this is really good. It's actually not too sweet. It's like actually pretty subtle, so not overpowering. So we'll do, I guess I'll maybe move this over here. So I'll do some split squats. Oh my God, of course I'm having that same adductor thing where it like tightens up. I may be able to do these, we'll see. Let me just see. I'm just gonna try it out first. Okay, I think this should work. All right. We're gonna start off body weight, just to kind of warm up a little bit. So the key with these is you can either target your quads or more of your glutes and your hamstrings. So for me, I want to target more of my quads. So what that's going to entail is this foot that is kind of extended outward, that is on the floor, it's going to be a little bit more closer to my body as opposed to out, just so I can target more of my quad here. Now, if I were to want to do my glutes or hamstrings, then this leg would be a little bit more extended outward, just so I can target more in the back. Okay. Just because I feel like my adductor feels like kind of tight, so I'm just going to do body weight for now. But if I felt stronger, then I definitely would probably hold like maybe a 15-pound dumbbell on each side and then end up making it a little bit heavier. So definitely do these until failure. You'll really feel the burn, but just keep going. So now we're gonna do adductors. We're gonna hit them over there. Definitely really important. I feel like I lacked that exercise for a while, but obviously in order to make your legs strong overall and just well-rounded in general, definitely make sure you're doing not only abductors, but adductors as well. So we can definitely go up in weight for this one. Usually I like to test this out, see kind of where we're at. Sometimes I do feel like sometimes my adductors get a little bit weak. So definitely want to make sure you ease into your weight as opposed to just like going full throttle in it. Also, I'm not sure if anybody has tried this yet, but the Bum Energy, the cola one, is out. And so I'm excited to try this later. I'm like a super big fan of all of the Bum Energies. So that one seems really good. So we'll have to see how it is. I want to do maybe one more. Yeah, so this one, last quad exercise we're gonna do is this one. I forget the name. I think it's like the, I think the Atlantis. Yeah, I think it's just called the Atlantis. I'll have to ask JD. But this one is really good as far as really hitting your quads. I'm gonna go barefoot for this one, so I have some Crush It socks that I'm gonna put on just to make sure I'm like really having my foot on the platform as flat as I can, just to make sure I can press a lot more naturally. So my audio cut out here because we did not realize that the microphone was still on my black shirt. So we just carried on, and I'm going to finish telling you the rest of what was going on during this time. So I took off my shirt. I was getting a little bit hot, and I wanted to kind of focus on having my feet flat on that platform. So I changed into socks. And the purpose for this is because personally, I have wider feet. So in order for me to fully engage and really push as hard as I can, that is in a natural position, I need to take off my shoes in order to fully push and really engage. So this is what I did. And usually if I'm doing any sort of squat, any sort of Smith machine work, or even some of the leg presses, honestly, that's a really good opportunity to also take off your shoes and really have that natural foot position with just your socks or your bare feet. So that was my quad workout, and let me know what you want to see next, and I will make sure I get that. But as of now, I'm just going to head home and we're going to eat our next meal. All right, so we are back from the gym, and I wanted to show you all my supplements that I actually use on the daily. I didn't get a chance to before the gym, so I'm not going to take any now since I already took them. I just didn't get a chance to film. But my go-tos that I take every single day, usually I will keep them in here. And honestly, the reason why I love this so much is because I can travel with it and honestly just keep it here at the house and just kind of take it daily. So it'll start off with like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, morning, evening, midday, back up. So I love these because of that reason. So these are super simple to use. So I usually will just pack everything in here. So usually what I'll have every single day. To start off with, we have, this one is gut. So gut, I mean, simple as pretty much the name is, it's pretty much a probiotic, prebiotic, pretty much helps me digest food, prevents bloating, kind of keeps my gut healthy. So that's a must. We also have liver. I usually take liver every single day. So this will obviously help just obviously make sure my liver is functioning and working properly, especially in prep and out of prep. So this is a year-round supplement for me. And then we have multi. So multi, I usually will take this 2 in the morning. I think it's 2 at night. Yes, 4 capsules is a serving. So again, multivitamin, love that one. And then we have heart. So I will take this every single day. Usually I'll split the dosages morning and night, just so I don't have to take so many pills at one time. Obviously I love caffeine. So because I have caffeine, I'm definitely gonna have heart with it too. And then we have vitamin C. This is a daily morning and night for me as well. So obviously as simple as what vitamin C is, just to keep you healthy, keep my immune system strong. So that's a big must. And then hard. Hard is something that I actually will keep in prep and out of prep year round. And it's honestly a very beneficial recomposition hardening agent and also a cortisol reducer. So this is something that I just absolutely love. So these are my go-tos that I always have packed with me, ready to go while I'm traveling for shows or even just in general every single morning. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and I will see you soon.